up? What up? What up? Oh shit. What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? Welcome to Red Nation Live. I'm your host, Low. Coach Gravy's apparently out of town, and I don't know what Gabe's at. Gabe says he's gonna be pulling up here shortly, so hopefully everyone's having a good one, man. It's been a long fucking week, bro. It's been a long, actually kind of refreshing week. I didn't really do much this week, but it's Chiefs week, man. So first and foremost, want to say fuck the Chiefs. Let me lower this just real quick. Hopefully everybody's had a good week, man. Yeah, man. It's week 7, Raiders against the Chiefs, man. It's been kind of quiet from what I've seen on the YouTube, I guess streets or whatever, not on the streams or whatever, not. I just see that, a lot of people stood quiet this week. A lot of people were basically just saying that, not really saying much, to be honest with you. The shit that I was looking at, I didn't see anybody saying much about anything. There was some trade talks about Jacoby being traded and stuff like that. I guess what is in November? There's a trade deadline. Oh, let me see. Okay. NFL trade deadline. So it's November 4th is a trade deadline. But I mean, from my understanding, people get traded all the time, dude. If a trade works, I never really understood the whole thing because, that's just me though. Because I haven't really heard of trades later than that, but I understand that there is trades availability. Hold on real quick. Yeah, I just seen that, but we got a couple of weeks away before that. I know we have a bye week after this. You know what I mean? It hasn't been good for the Raiders against Kansas City, especially where the Kansas City is playing right now. We all know, we all have our own feelings about like the refs in Kansas City, but for me, last week when I was watching, Kansas City against Detroit, man, bro, there was some horrible calls. And we know that there's a lot of, you see the memes going around, shout out GOAT, shout out all these different people that are putting stuff up, Raider Alex, all these different guys that are putting things up, showing that like, the refs are actually like, basically pandering to the Chiefs. If you look at some of the stuff that actually even came out in the NFL and some of these ESPN, some of these offbeat writers on, YouTube and whatnot, these guys are actually like showing that the refs actually help the Chiefs. I don't understand how that's possible. I go back to sometimes when I'm sitting here, realizing that the NFL and WWE or wrestling are considered sports entertainment. So, that means that certain things can be rigged. I'm not a big conspiracy theory on that because, I mean, if you look at certain games, man, some of these guys aren't holding hits back. But if you were to rig a game, it would be through, the refs. And we kind of seen that. So the refs haven't been really, really good with the Raiders, and holding penalties and late hits and stuff like that, especially with Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like they are the bells of the ball, you want to call it, or they're the NFL sweethearts or whatever, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But yeah, that's my little take on it. We'll talk a little bit more about it. I'm probably not going to be here for very long. We're just going to get into it real quick since I'm by myself. I can't be on here for hours. Plus, the game starts at 10, so you know what I mean. I got to get ready for that. Have a little bit of breakfast and shit. But when we get to the chat, we'll get into it. All right. Michael Guerrero, what's up, bros? Any given Sunday to talk about it. They wrote me off, and I didn't write back. And if you don't know what that is, that's me, Geno Smith talking about, when he had that one superb game 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whenever it was, actually 3 years ago, and me and Mike are always on Call of Duty talking shit. And I was like, man, I said, well, he doesn't know how to write, bro. Apparently he forgot how to write or read or whatever whatnot, because this motherfucker ain't doing shit. Geno Smith has the most interceptions in the NFL. And because of that, our record is what it is. I think if he would have less, made better decisions, we might be talking a little something, maybe 3-4. We are actually only a field goal block away from being 3-4, which are what Kansas City Chiefs are right now. So they're not doing too well themselves. Oh, I apologize. 3-3. I could be wrong on that, but something like that. I'll look it up right now. Tubby, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. Meeklo, what's up? What's up? Let's hope for an upset, man. Talk about it. Tony Sheffer, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. 3 keys of victory for Meeklo. Says dominate the run game, no turnover, score touchdowns in the red zone. That is very, very true. We are probably at the lowest of the NFL once again at scoring touchdowns in the red zone. It's always field goals, man. We've always had that issue, bro. I don't know what it is, man. But Edgar, what's good, bro? Salute to you, man. But yeah, Gravy's still scouting. Stupid. Cuzzo, what's up, bro? Salute to you. We'll win. Raiders about to cover the underdog. Let's go. Gabe Who says, "Lo, I'm on my way back from eating breakfast." Like, don't even trip, bro. I got it. I'm probably gonna be off here in the next I'm not gonna be on very long, maybe about 30 minutes. Shit. Michael Guerrero saying right here, Raiders 24, Queefs 21. Hey, I've seen that. Shout out Maurice Jones-Drew was the only one saying that. It was like 23-21. Says, I have a good feeling about today, bro. We'll talk about it, man. I'm having a feeling if Geno can play outside Geno what he did, that plus like 200, 300, was it 200 plus, 300 plus, and a couple touchdowns, bro, I'm in it. Geno is just 5 picks away from tying what he had last season, 15. Hey, Miklo, hopefully he stays away from that to where he has no interceptions, and then we can keep him right there for the rest of it. Geno Lark, I can't even read that because spell check. Geno will have one of them rare good games today. Oh shit, Gabe. Come on now. Don't say that. Let's do it. Sam, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. Fuck KFC. Shit, somebody's hungry. Anyways, the over-under, man, talk about it. It says, even broken clocks are right twice a day. Hey, man, you ain't even lying about that. But yeah, let's see what the interwebs are saying about this whole Chiefs and Raiders. Oh, let me see. I'll pull something else up real quick. Yeah, man. Hopefully, I don't know, man. It's going to be one of those things, man. It's going to be where we can actually look at some shit. So there's key storylines right now. Offensive upgrade for the Chiefs. Wide receiver Rashee Rice returns from the suspension. So that's another guy that we got to worry about. You know what I mean? Our secondary isn't too great. You know what I mean? But it's not. Well, let's be honest. It's pretty bad. We're over the offseason, they were all hyping about, Darian Porter, he's going to be the next Richard Sherman, so forth and so forth. And he's not even starting, Stokes is out. I believe he's injured too. I'll look at the injury report. But Stokes was actually having a pretty good season, but he's not here. You know what I mean? So when you're looking at stuff like that, and another offensive weapon that they got, and the way they're schemed up, man, like if they're gonna try to beat you over top or try to get you on man-to-man coverage, they're going to beat you some way, shape, or form if you don't put pressure on Mahomes. Now, the thing is about Mahomes, when you look at it, even though you're coming off the edges, he's known for taking off, right? So it's like you got to do a little bit of both with Mahomes, man. It's pretty hard to keep him contained and stuff like that. But with fucking Rashee Rice coming back, bro, that's going to be a whole nother thing that we're going to be looking at, bro. That's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem on our secondary because our secondary is banged up. And, Kai Blue Kelly, man, everyone was pumped up about him. And then everyone's talking about Greedy Vance and, all these different players, bro. There's a lot of different aspects that come into it. I think some of the play calling is pretty bad. They're, calling zone when they should be calling man or not calling blitzes. I don't think we blitz enough, to apply that pressure. But even when we do apply the pressure, we're not really getting to the quarterback and they're getting open over the middle and on the sidelines. You know what I mean? So for me, when I'm looking at it like that, there's got to be a good combination of play call moving forward. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking at. Sam saying right here, run Wildcat all day, keep Geno on the bench. I see it every week because if the money is on the over, the refs keep it under. Oh shit, no Jacoby today. Oh shit, there you go. So now Jack Besh is going to get his shot. You know what I mean? Damn, man, I got to look at the injury report real quick. It says, Legendarian, what's up, bro? Salute. I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple people that are in the building. Jason Downs, if we don't get after Mahomes and dirty that pocket, hit him, make it hurt. Yeah, you ain't lying. It would be nice to see Best show out. Yeah, that would be too. That would be that'll be dope as fuck too. Patrick Graham knows that his secondary cannot play man coverage versus Rashee Rice. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be pretty bad. Let me pull up the injury report real quick. Man. Not trades. God damn it. I'm gonna get to the actual website and see where we're at. I'll go home. Yeah, I should have all this shit pulled up, but I don't. So as of right now, Bachman's going to be questionable. Jacoby Myers is out. Brock Bowers is doubtful. So that means pretty much that. Yeah, the only one that's out is going to be offensive tackle Josh Simmons, but I think he's like a second stringer. Looks personal and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's what I'm just looking at on the website, on the Raiders website. But yeah, man, it's going to be crazy. Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Michael Mayer, Dante Thornton Jr., and Cedric Johnson Jr. must show up and show out today. Yeah, you ain't even lying, bro. Trade Myers for Tim Brown. He's stupid. All right. So here's another point, man, that I'm looking up right here and stuff right here. So the Raiders' offensive struggles we only averaged 17 points per game, bro. That is not going to get it done. A lot of the reason why that's happening is basically because we can't get scores in the red zone. You know what I mean? Even Ashton Genty's struggling in a sense that the offensive line helps, and also this credits us scoring in the red zone. So if you look at it like that, man, the offensive line we've all wanted JPJ as center. Jordan Meredith is his first year as a center. So we're having those struggles. Then with Colton Miller being injured for the next couple weeks, you know what I mean? It's going to be bad, bro. It's been kind of bad. So the offensive is going to struggle. Even last week when I was watching against the Titans, bro, even though it's a win and give shout out for the dub and everything like that. But man, if you look at the way they played, it almost seemed remedial, bro. Like it seemed like they were just trying to get the ball away really, really quick and weren't really progressing. The only reason why I think some of the score was that high is because of that defensive play. Shout out Devin White, you know what I mean, making those plays. I think he had like the third fastest sack all year in like 2.3 seconds. That's crazy, you know what I mean? So you look at stuff like that put us in a position to win, and then he handed off the ball to Genty, and then the offensive line did good in those short yards. you know what I mean, scenarios and stuff like that. But overall, moving forward, they don't keep us sustained long enough so Geno can make a better read, go through his progressions and so forth and so forth. But that's a Geno thing. That's just not all offensive line. But overall, bad drops. Jacoby's have made some drops. Thornton's made some bad drops. You know what I mean? And Trey Tucker's been basically the only guy that's been fucking, consistent for us. So we got to look at it like that, man. So Joe Klein, Raiders losing 34-7. Hey, man, shout out Joe, bro. Hey, everybody has a dream, bro. And no Bowers today. Shit, okay. Just hit, baby. Yeah, you ain't lying. Psycho, what's up, bro? What up, Lo? All the Red Nation always fuck the Queez, fuck the Queez, fuck the Queez. I think this might be an Ashton Genty game. Offensive line must block Chris Jones. Yeah, George Karlaftis, man. Those, yeah. Dan Tranquil, Drew Tranquil, and Bolton, bro. They have a good set of hitters on there, bro. The O-line has to carry us today to have a legit chance. Yeah, you ain't lying. But they got a job, bro. They got a job against Jones for one. Everybody wanted Chris Jones, bro. You know what I mean? But then everybody else, like, Karlaftis, bro, he started coming into his own. Bolton started coming into his own. Tranquil, bro. These are good players, bro. They're on a good defense, and they know how to fucking adjust. What's the name over there? The defense coordinator, I can't think of his name on top, but that guy's fucking great, man. He knows how to adjust. If we're doing one thing, he'll adjust to that. If we get beat on one thing, he'll adjust to that. He'll either apply pressure or basically, you know what I mean, shade over, the flats, because if Geno, we don't trust Geno with the ball. All they're gonna have to do is put pressure down, and then you know what I mean. They're not really gonna have anybody over the top because the offensive line is not going to be able to give Geno enough time to make that read to get over. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like one high safety. I'm looking at it like that. If I'm looking at Geno and the way they're playing and how they're dumping it down, build the box, keep the middle of the field fucking tight. Maybe run a little bit of fucking, Tampa zones, whatever, whatnot, bro. It's very, very simple. But with guys like that, it's gonna be the offensive line's job to fucking make some moves, bro. Make some good decisions, and they're gonna have a fucking fight on their hands today, bro. Make no mistake, bro. This is gonna be a fucking big make or break for the whole team. I think personally. I myself believe Bowers' injuries hampered our offense more than what we see in all faces. Hey, you know what, bro? Yes, you're right. You're right, Jason. Because I mean, it's the truth. Brock Bowers is all of fucking. Brock Bowers is one of the best deep tight ends in the league. Other tight ends were saying that he was one of the best, bro. He is a factor. He is a big factor. And yes, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, well, I mean, okay, let's keep it a buck. If Brock Bowers was on the field, would Geno have as many interceptions? I don't think so, because now he's limited. So now the defenses know that, okay, who's the first guy they're going to go to? Jacoby. You know what I mean? Because he's technically our number one receiver. So then you just basically put two guys on top of him. Tucker ain't really known for being explosive or, a Tyreek Hill type. You know what I mean? He does have a little bit of drop ball issues, so they're really not going to push towards him. You know what I mean? So if you look at it like that, then yeah, it's going to open things up. You know what I mean? Which it did. Like, you've seen the first game of the season. You know what I mean? Geno had a great overall game and stuff like that. And it's kind of digressed through the last couple games. You know what I mean? So you're seeing that. So yeah, I'm catching up to all the chat. Elgin says win 33-30 in OT, man. Talk about it. Let's go. So who's gonna have? So if you're saying that, man, who's gonna have the overall better game? Is it gonna be on the running side? Or is it gonna be Geno? See, it's gonna be a combination of both, man. It's gonna be kind of crazy. We need to run the ball outside of the tackles, and our passes have to be quick. We can't sit there for 3 seconds. Pressure will be the well. See, yeah, Psycho. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like, even if we turn around and do that, what's the name's gonna adjust and then turn around and bring pressure, and bring the guys more of the defensive guys to the line, to where it's like they're gonna jam you off the line. You know what I mean? And they're gonna pressure like that. You know what I mean? Plus with the defensive line that they got, and a couple of linebacker blitz, and they bring a lot of different packages, bro. You got to look at all the shit that they bring, bro. They're getting better. Shout out Gabe, bro. He says, I really think a win today could change the outlook of the season. Yeah, I just said that. Shorthanded win against KC with the bye looming. Bowers, Colton close to returning could go a long way. Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. Hey man, speed through them traffic, bro. I'm almost out of here. Boats and hoes, some barbecue today. Let's go. Let me see. It says Addy, what's up? What's up? Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Said they're gonna have run misdirections, so throw off Chris Jones off his game. You have to have him thinking. Yeah. You got Chris Jones thinking, bro. You're good to go because that guy don't look like a thinker. I'm not saying he ain't smart, but he looks like more of a brawler type guy. That's why we wanted him because he has kind of those elements of old school Raiders. You know what I mean? So if you turn around and you look at it like that, you know, you're gonna see that. You know, maybe like you're saying, the misdirection, stuff like that, not just straight up the middle. You're gonna have to, you know, pitch it. I haven't seen no pitches out to the side. You know what I mean? I haven't seen no really good, really effective trap plays. You know what I mean? So we got to look at all the way they're gonna run the ball, but it's all because of the offensive line. The offensive line for me is gonna be the fucking star of today because if they're not protecting Geno, they're not letting, you know what I mean, him get his time. Also, if you're not like blocking and making holes for fucking Genty to do what he has to do, bro, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a big problem. So it says, I concur. Misdirection plays, reverses should work. Versus, yeah, okay. They asked Devin White about matching up against Kelsey this week. He said he's going to win, so he better ball out. Oh shit! I'm gonna go to McDonald's. Anybody want something? I want 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, bro. Anyways, shit. Chewies, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully, Gabe said to be here in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, double time, bro. Double time. Raiders, let's go, Chewy. For real, for real. All right. There is one of the things now that we're seeing that Jacoby's not going to be there, man. Now it's going to put a lot of pressure on Geno, man. Geno has these moments where he can be good. He looks. Shout out Mike. Shout out Murder Mike, bro. He fucking turned around and said that. He said that maybe he needs LASIK or some shit. You know what I mean? So he started laughing. I started laughing. I'm just like, maybe, bro, but he just looks frustrated out there. It looks like he can't do what he wants to do. Now, if you go back and watch him when he was with Pete back in the day with when he was with Pete in Seattle, he looked comfortable. He looked like he could throw. He had a horrible offensive line, but they still gave him time. I think he's kind of behind the ball because he's trying to do too much. Sometimes you can do too much. You need to stick to the game plan and go through your progressions. But see, you can't go through progressions if you're getting pressured. You know what I mean? Certain people can do it. I've seen this thing where Brady said, and apparently there's conversation between Brady and him. You know what I mean? That he studied so much before the Super Bowl for those 2 weeks. He didn't go out, he didn't go party, he didn't do none of that shit. He just strictly studied and knew what the Kansas City Chiefs defense was gonna do before they even did anything. So if you have that mentality and you can turn around and do that, and you have a little bit of talent, which Geno does, I'm not going to say that he doesn't have talent, but what I'm trying to get at is that, like, if you turn around and you see this and see what he does, but if he were study a little bit more, you would see that he can actually be more effective. Now, what I mean by that is that you have to actually sit down, look at what they do, and understand when they make the adjustments, how do you adjust? That's when you have that whole fucking playbook in your hand, the audible. Hey, they're going to be crashing down on the right side. All right, let's push this shit to the left. Don't go continue with the fucking play to the right. You got to be smart enough. That's where I think a lot of talent is great, bro, in the NFL. It takes a lot of talent to get there, a lot of perseverance, going through injuries, knowing how to do what you got to do. I get it. But that doesn't stop there. You have to actually, like, buckle down and really read shit. Don't depend on if I know Gravy said that centers sometimes call out the play. That's why Meredith is there. Knows how to call out coverages, so forth and so forth. Geno needs to be that fucking guy and be like, look, if this team's going to be on my shoulders and you're gonna have to take the fucking blame, and you're gonna have to make the fucking right decisions to where you can get like, all right, man, they're gonna be over here, man, they're gonna, or this is a fake blitz right here, maybe they're gonna come with it. So if they're gonna come, then I'm gonna adjust. All right, hey man, fucking Besh, come on in, or Tuck, just go on a 5 and out. Let's get these 3 to fucking 5 yards, bro, on the first down, so it's a little bit easier moving forward. You know what I mean? It's situational football. Now, if he can, buckle down and do this. You see a lot of him on film practicing. Oh, okay, he's doing that. Your mechanics are there, bro. Like, they're there. Like, you got a good arm. You can throw the ball, but you're just not studying enough. More talent than anything isn't going to cover what we need to do to win. I was in a group conversation, playing Madden, but we're having a group conversation just about the fact of football and what football is. It's a fucking chess match. This ain't checkers out here. You got to be able to, put stuff in line to where you can win. Now, going into this game, when you see what Kansas City's going to do, Kansas City's already ready to do it. But yet there's an anomaly. This is why it's football. That's not chess. You have to put your pawns up. You have to do certain things. But yet you got fucking some players on the board that can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? So you got to look that Geno is the fucking key to everything. Even if our defense sucks on the secondary side and we're not getting no pressure and they're scoring touchdowns, Geno needs to be the one to be fucking making changes at the fucking line and making it fucking better for us to actually score. People don't understand that, and I still have faith in Geno in a sense because I know that he's a good player. I just don't think he's making the right calls. That's just me personally. All right, let me get to the chat, man. Everyone's showing love to each other. Be at the blackout game, big dog. All right. Be there this week. Hey, happy birthday, Chewy. Hopefully you have a good one. Devin White's been talking a lot of shit about Travis Kelce. He better do that shit. Didn't Travis Kelce have like 3 touchdowns one time against us, bro? That shit was crazy. Now you can buy me some Jack Daniels legally. Stupid. Just kidding. Enjoy, man. Agree, low. But I think that's how we need to start. Adjust as the game goes by. Andy Reid ain't gonna let shit kill him. That walrus fucker will adjust quickly. He's smart. Yeah. He is fucking smart, bro. He is very smart. And his team and his staff is very smart. Everyone was saying that, what was that one dude that we wanted as a coordinator? He dipped out. And we're like, oh, man, let's pick him up. And they said, oh, yeah, their offense is going to shoot down, go downhill. It's going to regress. Nope, didn't regress. It didn't regress. They went to the Super Bowl right after that. Hit that like one, man. Appreciate you, Mikey. Yes, sir, Low. We are still building this team for the next offseason. We'll set our future for at least the next 5 years. And, yeah, our wins this year will be on Geno. And I've never liked Geno. Yeah, that's the truth, bro. It is all Geno. Like, our losses, I hate it. Shout out DC, man, but he would be like, oh, it's on me. You're actually seeing that it's on fucking Geno, bro. It is on Geno Smith. Our losses are what we're doing. Yes, it's a team sport, right? Yeah, of course. But our defense has showed up. Man, through and through, man. Like, even though we're banged up, we're not fucking really, really great. We haven't had huge explosive plays. We've had a couple of big plays for maybe 30 plus, not a lot, but the defenses end up stopping them to getting 3 points. People have been scored on us a lot. Like, you know what I mean? For real. So, yeah. So, it's going to be one of those things, man. All right. I think Gabe should be pulling up here any second, man. I'm getting tired, man. This is a lot of work by yourself. Let me take a little sip of the coffee. Man, so talk to me, guys. What are you guys looking at the score? Throw a score out there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, throw a score out there, man. What you guys think? And I'll read them out. Now milk to Patrick Mahomes, just stupid. How did Jacksonville beat Kansas City aside from them getting dog walked by? Hey, I don't know. I seen that shit too. M80. M85. I seen that shit, bro, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Every time I kept on clicking back on it, I was just running around doing some shit. I was looking at some stuff, and fucking they would have the ball like within like the 10-yard line, and then they'd be moving it down, and then all of a sudden they get the ball again at the 10-yard line. I was like, man, these guys ain't doing shit. Delos, hey, Kenna, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you have a good one, man. Gravy who. Jason Downs saying right here, 31-10 Chiefs. God damn. Damn, Jay. Come on, Jason. Show a little love. A little something. You know, salute Jack back to back. That's bad. All right, let me see real quick. Let me see what else I got right here. Alligatarian said right here, Alligatarian, whatever. Said 33-30 Raiders and OT, man. Jason Downs reverse psychology. They just arrived at Shenanigans. Nations in the house, man. Oh shit, good, get it in, bro. Guerrero saying right here says 24-21 Queefs. Yep, I see that. I like that. It's gonna be a game, bro. But hey, you might see me after the game. You might not. Just depending. If we get into a shootout and it's actually a good game, and you see some fucking shit, but not Mahomes back there all day just picking our defense apart, you might see me this afternoon. But we'll see what happens. Let me see real quick. All right. Let's see right here. Let me see what it says right here. So yeah, so right now, oh shit, my dog's in the building. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What happened? Oh, there it goes. What's up, bro?
What's cracking?
Shit, chilling. Man, this shit's hard by myself.
I know. What's cracking, lagging, man?
Chilling, bro. Jason down.
We didn't even give our fucking 2 cents last week on the win, huh?
We didn't.
I don't think so. Remember, we didn't go live after the game.
Ah, shit. I don't think we didn't. No, we didn't. I thought I did. I jumped on for a little bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I jumped on. Yeah, I think I did. Let me know.
No, but hey, I mean, last week, we talked about it, I think even before, because I know I didn't come on this week, but like, I know last week we talked about it. That was supposed to be like a bounce back game. And we did, you know what I mean? They bounced back, you know what I mean? Shit, they bounced back from 3 weeks straight. I mean, of course, getting beat, but I think the way that we got beat the week prior to that against Indianapolis was beyond embarrassing. So, like, I know last week was a good win, man. The defense showed up. Geno made a mistake still, you know what I mean? He still ended up making a mistake, but the defense played good enough and opportunistic enough, to take the ball away. To where, because I think I talked about it even before the game, because I know we went live before the game, and I was like, our problem was, of course, the obvious, Geno giving up the ball so much, but also like the thing that compounds that shit even more is that we're not taking the ball away. So it's like that's like a double whammy type shit, you know what I mean? Where we're giving the ball up and we can't be opportunistic when the ball is in our hands, or we make a play on the ball, there's a fumble, they're still recovering it. They're just things like that, to where like we're just not getting those takeaways. To where last week you've seen where if the game's a little bit more even, especially to a team that's a little bit, you know what I mean, that's still trying to find their way too in Tennessee, where you can see that we're still more talented than other teams out there. It's just the way that we've been executing, especially behind center, is just had us. We're literally one blocked field goal away from being 500 team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We're one blocked field goal away from being a 500 team at 3-3 this week. You know what I mean? To where that would have been a totally. I know woulda, coulda, shoulda don't matter in the NFL. You know what I mean? But the thing is that's how close we are from being like still in the mix of things. You know what I mean? Where that's why I was even put in the chat earlier where I was like, if you are able to find a way to win today with shorthanded, with no Jacoby, no Bowers out there, and you're able to, the offensive line is able to go out there, no Colton Miller, obviously too. It's like you're able to go out there and the offensive line is able to establish some, because I think that's what's going to be one of the biggest keys to this game, where you need the offensive line is going to need to show out. I know Geno Smith, we've been hard on him all year, obviously, and for good reason. But the thing is, the offensive line, in order to win this game, because I don't think the just pass catchers, I don't think there's enough to just go out there and say, Geno, you need to go win us this game. Our offensive line is going to need to dominate today and be really good today for us to have a chance. Yeah, I know I said earlier today that I have a good feeling about today, but it don't matter about what good feeling I have. If the offensive line doesn't play good, we're not going to have a chance to win this game.
Right. Yeah, I was saying the exact same shit, Gabe. Like, what it boils down to is that because we have, no matter what, like, I ain't no fucking hater, bro. Like, but Kansas City has, like, we were talking shit like a couple years back, like, oh man, they got nothing but rookies, but all these guys are starting to develop into like being fucking good, bro. And then with Chris Jones at that, and then all these other guys that we're not really paying attention to, these guys can start trying to make a name for themselves. And they started behind the ball, so they're going to be coming out flying, bro. So our offensive line is going to be key to everything, bro. So, and we have two guys pretty fucking bad. You know what I mean? Forsythe or whatever, I think that's his name. Yeah, he's Forsythe. Yeah, he's not good. He's not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not good at all.
So so
the weed is the one that got me with the good feeling today. I mean, it could be that. I did smoke pretty early this morning, but I mean, I don't know, man. It just, for some reason, even the last couple of years when we've been bad. I mean, we've been bad the last couple of years. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it with Jimmy G, with Aiden O'Connell, but we still played the Chiefs good. I don't know why in the last couple of years. So that's why I don't know why, but that's why I'm saying it could be. It don't matter about my feeling though. You know what I mean? It don't matter how good I'm feeling about today. Like if our offensive line doesn't play good, and I feel you my opinion with that one too. But if our offensive line don't play good, we don't have a chance for sure. But if our offensive line can just maintain Chris Jones, he's going to be the biggest problem. I think Karlaftis too. But if our offensive line just play good as a whole, especially do not let these guys on the outside, come free, use the tight end as much as you can, you know what I mean, to even help out the offensive line because they're gonna need it. But if we can maintain that, like, and we don't have to dominate the offensive line, but if we can actually just have the running game be effective, I think Ashton can make it work, man. I think Ashton has been every week been getting a little bit more patient, and also finding the hole a little bit better. You know what I mean? Every week. Obviously, last week, he didn't have the best day, but he had 75 yards. And it was a day where I think that, like, you seen in the fourth quarter, I think was the first time that Geno passed the ball over 50. Like, I had a play that he passed the ball for over 15 yards in the air. You know what I mean? So, like, they were very, very conservative in that game last week. They didn't want to give Geno the chance to make a mistake, which kind of something that I talked about last week too, is like we've been giving Geno too much opportunity to have these 9 fucking interceptions, where we're making him passing the ball more than 30 times a game and all of this stuff. So it's like, it's no excuse for Geno. He's been playing like shit. But also when a guy's playing like shit like that too, like you kind of see, you know what I mean, which I thought was a very smart offensive coordinator, kind of go away from the opportunities given to that guy to make those mistakes. You know what I mean? So it's like that. I think last week they kind of did that, had a better game plan. Obviously the defense played a lot better, but I think that's the way you're going to need to win games until Geno could get a little bit more confidence back, because his confidence is broken right now, bro. You see him like even talking about in press conferences about the bad luck juju about him and all of that shit. Nah, bro, it's you making these decisions, and it's just I think it's being in the back of his mind a little bit too much, and they just cannot give this guy that much opportunities until he feels comfortable again, like until he starts making plays, bro, because he hasn't made enough plays for you to give him that much of a leash.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I agree with you, bro. Like, it's a combination of everything. Once you start getting into a slump, bro, like quicksand. Like, you know what I mean? Once you start, one thing goes bad, then another thing goes bad, and then it goes bad again and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's like I was saying, Geno's not a bad player, bro. He's not. You know what I mean? He just needs to prepare and make better decisions. But when you sit there and you snap that ball, bro, it is so fast. So much shit is being processed so quick that where you can't get to the next one because of the offensive line. So that's where it's like offensive line is going to be a big key. But also Bowers being gone, that's what I was saying. Bowers being gone and Jacoby being our quote unquote number one, that's only like that's the only place he can go. Tucker ain't like, shout out Gravy, but Tucker ain't known for his route tree, like Gravy said. You know what I mean? He's known for speed. Dante Thornton ain't known for his route tree. He's known for doing post plays. So all you got to do is cover those two up top, and he has nowhere else to go. So being forced into those positions and not having a DK Metcalf or a Tyler Lockett that knows how to get open, obviously you're seeing that. So he's being pushed to do certain things, and the offensive line ain't good neither. So it's just a combination of both. Now we don't have Brock Bowers out there. That you've seen the drop, and let's keep it 100. You've seen the drop in Geno with Bowers not there.
No Jacoby either today, though.
Yeah, and no Jacoby today too. So now it's Besh. You know what I mean? And then Jackson Jr. too is going to be in there, and then Bachman's hurt.
Orton. You know what I mean? And another guy that has to have a big game again, which last week kind of called it. I mean, not to my own whatever, but I said Michael Mayer needs to have a big game. Yeah. With the absence of Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer needs to have a big game, and he came up big last week. You know what I mean? He came up big last week on 4th down, had a touchdown. You know what I mean? He caught everything that was pretty much thrown to him. You know what I mean? It's just he needs to be that guy, that second round pick type of guy too. You know what I mean? He was picked in the second round pick too, and he was supposed to be a steal in the second round pick because he was the best tight end coming out that year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he needs to. I know last week should give him a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? So. I mean, because the shit that he went through last year, we still don't even know the full details of that shit. So, but like, is something I don't know if it was mental type shit or whatever it was, but I think he's gotten a little bit back of that love for football, probably a little bit. Now that especially coming off a concussion, I thought maybe he would like. It was going to be interesting to see last week how he performed coming off of a concussion because. A guy that's mentally not in it after and then gets a concussion might definitely not be in it after that. But last week kind of showed me that, he's kind of, turning things around himself. You know what I mean? So I think just a big game for Michael Mayer because when a quarterback is having as much problems as Geno has, the tight end is your best friend. So not having Brock Bowers is a big hamper on our offense. But if he could step up, I think that's gonna open up a little bit more things for the people on the outside. So he needs to. I think Michael Mayer needs to step up today for sure.
Well, we're gonna see, brother. We're gonna see, man. Shit. We'll be live after the game. You want to go right after the game, or what do you want to do?
I'm down.
All right, shit. So we'll be live right after the game. Yeah, 2 o'clock. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll go 2 o'clock. So, yeah, because it's going to be all the afternoon games. I want to watch a few games too, bro. So, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, appreciate everybody that's pulled up, man. I know Gabe was a little bit late, but no big deal. The game's going to start in the next, 10 minutes. So, man, grab your McDonald's, your breakfast, your barbecue, whatever it is, man. You know what I mean? While us on the West Coast is still breakfast time. So, I'm about to grub, go watch this game, watch the Raiders fucking win. And then, yeah, we'll be live 2 o'clock today after the game, 5 o'clock Eastern time. So, man, we appreciate you guys, man. I'll set it up right now, so you guys make sure to look out for that. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. When you get that notification bell, what will happen is it'll tell you guys when we're on, and yeah, we'll get into it, man. We appreciate you guys, man, and yeah, I'm saying I just want the fucking win. I don't care if it's fucking 1-2. I just
win, baby.
Just win, baby. All right, man. On 3, man. Let's finish it. Let's get it out of here. Okay, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders. See you guys later. All right, go Raiders.
Baby.